My beloved child, stop scrolling. Yes, you. Before you click away, before you tell yourself, this message isn't for me, I need you to hear me clearly. You are not here by accident. You are not watching this randomly. And you are not a failure. I know what you've been thinking. I've heard the words you would never say out loud. I should be further by now. I messed up too many times. I wasted years. God is probably disappointed in me. My beloved child, if disappointment were stronger than my love, I would have left you long ago. But I have not. I am still here. I was there the night you cried in silence. I was there when you smiled in public but felt empty inside. I was there when you compared your life to everyone else's highlight reel and felt behind. I saw it all. And I need you to understand something today. Failure is something you experienced. It is not who you are. You live in a culture that measures worth by success, by promotions, followers, degrees, houses, bank accounts, body image, and applause. But I never measured you that way. The world says, produce or you're nothing. I say, you are mine. The world says, win or you're irrelevant. I say, you are chosen. The world says, you messed up too much. I say, my mercy is new every morning. Remember what my word says in Jeremiah 29 verse 11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Notice something. It does not say, if you never fail. It does not say, if you get everything right. It says, I have plans, and I do not cancel my plans every time you stumble. My beloved child, you think that because you failed in that relationship, that business, that ministry, that dream, that it's over. But look at my servant Peter. Peter denied me 3 times, 3, in front of people, publicly. And yet I restored him. I didn't disqualify him. He thought his failure was final. I knew it was formative. Look at David. He made terrible mistakes, sins that could have defined his entire story. But I called him a man after my own heart. Not because he was perfect, but because he kept coming back to me. Look at Moses. He killed a man, ran into the wilderness, spent 40 years feeling hidden and forgotten. But I was preparing him. Your wilderness is not punishment. Sometimes it is preparation. You call it wasted time. I call it building time. My beloved child, you think you're behind, but you are not behind. You are becoming. Let me ask you something. Who told you you were a failure? Was it a parent who didn't understand you? A teacher who compared you? An ex who rejected you? A boss who overlooked you? Social media that magnified everyone else's wins? Or was it the quiet voice of the enemy whispering, you'll never measure up? The enemy loves labels. Failure, too late, not enough, too broken, too old, too young, too inexperienced, too damaged. But I did not create you to wear those labels. I created you in my image. Genesis says you were made in my likeness. Do you understand what that means? You carry my imprint. Failure cannot erase that. My beloved child, you measure your life by timelines. I measure your life by transformation. You measure by speed. I measure by surrender. You say, I failed. I say, you're learning. You say, I messed everything up. I say, I can redeem anything. Romans 8 chapter verse 28 says that all things work together for good for those who love me and are called according to my purpose. It does not say some things, it says all things. That mistake, that delay, that rejection, that closed door, that embarrassment, I can use it. You think the story ended, but you're still breathing. And as long as you're breathing, I am still writing. My beloved child, let's talk about shame. Shame is heavy, isn't it? It makes you want to hide. It makes you avoid me. It makes you believe I am disappointed. But remember Adam and Eve? After they sinned, they hid. They thought I would destroy them, but I came looking for them. I still do. I don't run from your mess. I walk into it. The cross was not a reaction to your success. It was my response to your weakness. While you were still sinners, Christ died for you. Not when you cleaned yourself up, not when you got your life together, not when you proved something, but while you were still broken. So how can you say you are a failure when I chose you knowing everything you would ever do? My beloved child, some of you watching feel like you failed as a parent. You wish you had been more patient, more present, more stable. But I see your heart. Some of you feel like you failed in your marriage. You replay conversations in your mind. You wish you could rewind time. But I am not limited by your past. Some of you feel like you failed financially. You're buried in debt. You made decisions you regret. But I am your provider, not your paycheck. Some of you feel like you failed spiritually. You promised me you'd do better. You said you'd pray more. You said you'd stop that habit. And you fell again. Listen carefully. Falling is not final unless you refuse to rise. Proverbs says, though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Righteous people fall, they just don't stay down. My beloved child, you think I am surprised by your struggle. I am not. I knew every chapter before you were born. Psalm 139 says, all your days were written in my book before one of them came to be. That includes the messy ones. You cannot shock me. You cannot disqualify yourself from my love. You cannot outrun my mercy. But here's the part you need to hear. You must stop agreeing with the lie. When you constantly say, I'm a failure, you are partnering with a voice that is not mine. My voice convicts, but it also restores. The enemy accuses and then abandons. I correct you so you can grow. He condemns you so you will quit. And I did not create you to quit. I created you to overcome. Revelation calls you more than a conqueror through him who loves you. More than a conqueror. Not barely surviving. Not crawling across the finish line. More than. My beloved child, do you know what makes you dangerous to the enemy? Not your perfection, your persistence. Every time you get back up, hell gets nervous. Every time you choose to pray again, even after feeling distant, chains weaken. Every time you worship in the middle of confusion, darkness loses ground. You think you're weak because you struggle, but strength is built in resistance. Muscles grow under tension. Faith grows under pressure. Character grows in waiting. You are not failing, you are becoming. And I am the refiner. Gold doesn't look valuable in the fire, but the fire is what reveals its purity. Stop despising the process. My beloved child,
You see the delay as denial, but sometimes delay is protection. If I had given you certain things when you first asked, they would have crushed you. If I had opened certain doors earlier, you would not have been ready. You call it rejection. I call it redirection. You call it closed. I call it not yet. Do you trust me? That is the question. Not, did you mess up? Not, are you behind? But do you trust me? Trust me with your timeline. Trust me with your healing. Trust me with your future. Trust me with your reputation. Trust me with your dreams, because I am not done. My beloved child, you need to release comparison. Comparison will
always convince you that you're losing. There will always be someone younger who seems further, someone richer, someone more talented, someone more recognized. But you are not called to their assignment. You are called to yours. When David faced Goliath, he didn't wear Saul's armor. It didn't fit. Stop trying to wear someone else's life. It doesn't fit you. I designed you specifically with your personality, your background, your voice, your scars. Yes, even your scars, because your scars will preach louder than your success ever could. The world doesn't need another polished performance. It needs authenticity, and you have it. My beloved child, let's speak truth right now. Say this with me. I am not a failure. I am being shaped. Again, I am not a failure. I am being prepared. One more time. I am not a failure. God is not finished with me. That's it. Let those words sink deep. You may have failed at something, but you are not a failure. Your identity is not in your worst moment. Your identity is in me. You are redeemed. You are chosen. You are called. You are loved. And you are becoming. Now listen closely. If this message is speaking to your heart right now, that is not coincidence. That is me reaching for you. I am inviting you to walk with me again, not in fear, not in shame, but in confidence. And I want you to do something bold. If this message is for you, don't stay silent. Type in the comments, I am not a failure. God is not done. Declare it. Let the enemy hear you say it. Let your own heart hear it. And if you need a fresh start today, whisper this prayer with me. Jesus, I give you my failures. I give you my shame. I give you my fear of not being enough. Teach me to see myself the way you see me. Restore what I thought was lost. Lead me forward. I trust you. My beloved child, if this message encouraged you, stay connected. Subscribe. Not because you need another video, but because you need consistent truth. The world will keep telling you who you're not. Let this space remind you who you are. I am walking with you. I am restoring you. I am strengthening you. And I am not finished. You are not a failure. You are my child. And I am proud of you for not giving up. Now take a deep breath. Stand up and step forward. We're just getting started.